Other applications have come out specifically for the iPad. This is air hockey, great little wee free application, very responsive, very fast. It's just a bit more enjoyable playing it on the iPad as opposed to the iPhone. Another iPad friendly application is from IMDb. If I type in a movie, IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, is a website that I use constantly. This has been styled to really take advantage of the iPad real estate. I think this is just superbly laid out, beautifully done, and just a real pleasure to use. 1Password has been updated, and the thing I like about 1Password, the Pro version, is it's what I would call a universal app. It is one application that you can put on either your iPhone or your iPad, and it knows what it's on and it adjusts itself. This is a beautiful layout for 1Password on the iPad. I'm not going to go further into this application because I don't want to show you my passwords and serial numbers. Then you get some fun games. This isn't a iPad game, this is an iPhone game that I've just put on here. Great little wee game called Real Racing, and I just wanted to show you it working here on the iPad because it's been a heck of a lot of fun playing this on such a nice device. So here it is, all set to go. This has been a heck of a lot of fun. I can reduce it down to one size if I want, or full. For those of you that know Sheepish, a game that I've reviewed, developed by Pixel This here in Palmerston North, this looks really great on the iPad. You can resize it, and it just makes it a bit easier to play with all this screen real estate, really. And I'm not really concentrating on what I have to do here, but I think that's it, and off I go. So this is Sheepish. It is the iPhone version, but it's playing on an iPod, and it's just great to play. You may have heard the news about Tweety recently. That's just been purchased by Twitter themselves, and really looking forward to seeing that coming out on the iPad also. One of the ones I've really enjoyed playing here on this is a pinball game that I downloaded for free, but on the iPad it just seems to be that more enjoyable.
Your ship is ready for launching. You have got permission. Please follow the checkpoints.
So it really looks good on the big screen, and I'm sure when they bring out a version
Energy level is low.
optimised for the iPad, it'll look even better. So that's a great little wee game there. Using the iPod application is the same, the only difference is you notice a change in the layout. As I mentioned, I've found the sound on the iPad, even without headphones, to be superb. So I'm just going to turn this down a little bit, just to show you it. So you can get the album when you bring up this. You get a few more differences here. You can flick around to look at all the different songs. You can flick back. Really, it is just a beautifully tidied up version of what we've known about before. The same with podcasts. So if I go into Command N, for example, I can bring up the video. Okay, I can say that I'm done with that, and when you go back you get this nice sort of layout here where it talks about the episode and the videos right next to it as well. And You can swap between movies and podcasts quite easily. So it gives you a chance to select the episode that you want to watch. So it's really nicely done, and again, I know I keep saying it, but I am impressed with how responsive the whole thing is. Audiobooks, I don't have any installed. As I mentioned, I don't have the iBooks application installed either. The other thing I thought I would show you would be the Safari. So here is nzmac.com coming through on Safari. This is really great. It all seems to run well, taking a bit longer to load than I would wish, but I'm hoping to optimize that site fairly soon. If I change now, I quite like how easy it is to change to the different sites. I'm just going to bring up nziphone.com on the main page here. Again, taking a bit longer to load than I would hope, but once it's cached, it tends to go quite quickly. Of course, the thing that I'm critical of, and that is probably putting me off purchasing an iPad, is things such as this. This is my personal website. It has been developed in Flash over a number of years. I'm not trying to suggest for a moment that it is a stunning website, but I've used Flash for a long time, and I enjoy using Flash, and I enjoy delivering my site in Flash. And this is what happens. This can't be viewed. I know I can't view it on an iPhone, but I've never wanted to view it on an iPhone. I don't consider the iPhone to be a web surfing device, despite the fact that it has Safari. This certainly is a beautiful device, and it's a beautiful surfing experience, so I'm not happy that I am being restricted in my choice of the things that I can see on the iPad because of the decisions that developers have made in terms of what they want to produce their sites with. This is iTunes, and I think iTunes just looks superb on the iPad. Really love the layout, very nice to use. Far less cluttered than the desktop version, I feel, and even the version on the iPhone or iPod Touch. There's more real estate here, and they haven't cluttered it. They've really given a nice way to sort of lay things out and have a good look at your various songs and so on. So if I bring up the single of the week, for example, pops up in a nice little wee screen. They've really put a lot of thought into this. If I want to have a listen to it, again, really beautifully done, just easy to use, and it just makes the whole thing quite enjoyable. If you want to, it's very intuitive to use. Okay, so if I want to look for the NZ Mac podcast, let's see how we get on. Haven't seen this before, so let's take a screenshot at the same time, I would say. Here we go. So there's the nzmac.com podcast live on iTunes as appearing on an iPad. Screenshots are the same as you always do. All the standard things that you expect, such as the way you rearrange or remove icons, is there, just as they are on the iPod Touch and the iPhone. It's very easy to rearrange these. As you can see, you get 20 applications plus the ones along the bar at the bottom. As I say, it's incredibly responsive. I've really enjoyed the 2 days that I've spent with it. He says it's really responsive, and then he can't get this application to launch. Just some of the nice little wee touches in terms of the layout. Even the notepad just looks beautiful. They've put some time to put in some fake leather surrounds, and I've just found the whole experience really enjoyable, and very easy to type messages on this, and it's just been great. I haven't intended to give you a big rundown here on the iPad because I think that's been done a lot on the internet. I just wanted to show you it in action, and then to put some detail in my review about my feelings about it and some of the experiences that I've had over the past couple of days. So this is Philip Roy from nziphone.com signing off. Thanks once again to Jens at toshnewzealand.com for this opportunity. It's a shame that I have to pack it up, but it's time that it goes on to someone else to have a look at. So cheers.